Okay, hi everyone, welcome back. And in this video, we are going to talk about XLM's price chart. And if you remember the last time that we talked about XLM, I think we were right around these areas. And I was saying, I think this move is still going to be a correction structure. And sure, you can consider maybe this point being into wave 4 and then this kind of impulse might be into wave 5, but that is not going to be my primary case. So question, has something changed? In my opinion, no, not yet. And I think I am kind of able to identify an optimistic sign in the short term. Let's go on 1 minute time frame. Okay, you see, if you want to argue, we're going to have our final low in the short term around this area. Let's say this is like a very important support. Then okay, off of the lowest low in this region, you need to be able to find a 1 2 3 4 5 wave up. Let's go on the live chart and count some waves. And I want to be very clear, in my own time, I don't really go on such lower time frames, but this is for the sake of educational purposes. So I'm thinking it's fine. Okay, so what do we have in here? I think we can say maybe this is like a wave 1 to about this point, followed by that a correction for wave 2, or if you want to say this point is the end of this whole move down. And yes, I think we should actually say maybe this is like our final 5 wave on the downside to about this point. And well, okay, this can be wave 1, ABC into wave 2, 5 up into wave 3 to about this point, correction for 4, another move on the upside into wave 5. And I'm hoping that this is going to be a correction structure, but hope is not really enough. Any kind of scenario should have some invalidation points, so you don't really stick with that forever. I think the invalidation point for this possibility is going to be taking this low about, let's say, 26.8 cents. So as long as we're not doing that, I think we can consider having maybe 5 up, followed by that a correction down. And this is important, pay attention, I need to see a move on the upside in XLM in order to take these important highs about, let's say, like the 28 cents area. Why is this so important? Because that is going to kind of suggest maybe we have actually hit our final low. And if not, okay, overall, we can at that point say it with a lot more confidence that we are having in this whole phase a correction structure into wave 4. Why is that? Because there is kind of a bearish scenario indicating maybe, if I just do this, excuse me, starting from this high, we can have like, I don't know, maybe like 1 2 3 4 5 wave down to about this point. Excuse me, let's just draw it again, sorry about that. Okay, something like this. And if this is the case, I think a correction started in XLM from this low. And according to the bearish possibility, pay attention, this is the bearish scenario, the end of our correction might be right in here. And you probably already know what I'm about to say. I am struggling to find a complete impulse to about this point starting from this high. But on the other hand, I can absolutely tell you this is a very classic and beautiful ABC zigzag. And well, okay, this can be also another ABC on the upside. And well, maybe on a higher degree, we are having an ABC running flat to about this point. And if this is happening, okay, the next move is going to be a rather strong one on the downside in XLM. Is this scenario possible? The answer is yes. Do I like it? And is it my primary case? No. That's why I want to see a move on the upside in order to take these highs, because that is going to kind of invalidate this scenario, indicating maybe we are having a bit of a bearish setup. So for now in XLM, I need you to have your eyes on this short-term move down. And so far, I think we are on track for a correction structure. It's just the fact that before we take this low about 26.8 cents, we need to see a rather strong move up, a 1 2 3 4 5 without overlapping of the waves between our pullbacks. Okay, this is the key. If we see a very slow and choppy move on the upside with a lot of overlapping of the waves, well, okay, that's not going to be necessarily an optimistic sign. And at that point, we need to consider some other possibilities. But if we get this thing, that can be an optimistic sign, suggesting again in XLM, we are indeed having a correction for wave 4. And what's going to happen next? Probably another move up into wave 5. And I hope I explained everything well and you understood what is going on in a SLR Lumens price chart. And until the next update, I hope you have a wonderful time. Goodbye.